and
Oddworld.
Hey oddballs, I'm your host Jensen, and welcome to episode 147. I'm just full of appreciation today, and I just need to give my appreciation real quick. So thank you to all you newbies who are listening, and any of you guys who have been listening for forever. Thank you. Literally thank you to every single one of you. Anybody who has shared it, anybody who even hasn't. I don't really care. I'm very appreciative that you are here. But I just really wanted you guys to know that I appreciate you. So anyhow, let's learn how to be a psychic. I'm going to be reading from the psychic book again, and we're getting further into that third eye. So here we go. It's
Lesson time.
Today's psychic lesson is breathe. Now, let's add something else to help you center yourself when you connect to your third eye. You may want to take a moment and find a comfortable place to sit or lie down. If any of your clothing is too tight, you may want to loosen it a little. It is not absolutely necessary, but it may help you to become a little more centered. When you have done this, you may allow yourself to feel connection with your third eye. For a moment, allow yourself to get comfortable with the sensations you are experiencing as you make this connection. When you are ready, take a deep breath at a level that feels right for you. It may not be easy for you to inhale deeply, and that's okay. What is important is for you to breathe at a pace that helps you strengthen the connection with your third eye. Continue to breathe slowly for a few minutes. It doesn't matter whether you keep your eyes open or closed. Whatever way feels right for you is correct. Your mind may just drift away. It may also be very active, with lots of thoughts suddenly popping up, or it may focus on one thing. Some people get frustrated trying to learn to meditate. They are instructed to quiet their mind, but they find it impossible to do so. If your mind is that way, don't worry about it. Just breathe and focus on your third eye. After you've experienced the results of this exercise for a length of time that is comfortable for you, you may take a deep breath. As you exhale, release the connection with your third eye and come back to the surface of your mind refreshed and relaxed. The more you practice this, the easier it will be to make a positive connection. Focusing on your third eye is a great way to begin connecting to your psychic mind. I appreciate that this says that basically like during meditation, you don't have to clear your mind, and that a lot of meditating things, we'll say, because I can't think of another word, but a lot of meditating things are like, yeah, you clear your mind, have a clear head, blah, 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 blah. I can't do that. That's not my brain. My brain is constantly moving up and down, left and right, all the things. And this just makes it easier, I think, when you hear something that goes, hey, your brain doesn't have to be quiet. Just get comfortable and breathe in and out and just focus on your breath and your third eye as much as possible. But hey, you know what? Thoughts are going to enter your head if that's you, which is me. And that's okay. It is okay. Just do your best that you can to focus on your breath and your third eye. That helps me to quote unquote meditate easier. Because like I said, my brain is constantly moving, but breathing is a powerful thing, and that sounds kind of stupid. I have been teaching my son to breathe a lot when he gets like frustrated, because like it's okay to feel the feelings that you have. It's okay to have the thoughts in your brain. You just breathe through it. And something about that breath, God, it helps so much. It helps so much. So this is just a long strung out way of saying, I appreciate the fact that this is telling you you don't have to clear your head for this. Because my head never fully clears. I have tabs open for days. So anyhow, I hope you guys took something away from this, and hopefully you can meditate now if you want to. And let's go ahead and move on to stories.
This comes from Dairy Queen _14 on Reddit.
I was with one of my friends recently, and we were at my house. She was staying the night because it's been a while since we've seen each other, and she just came back from the Crescent Hotel. It was a super cool experience for her, and she is very much a medium. We were talking about it a bit during dinner before we went to sleep. I am also very aware of the things around me, but not at all to her level. I can usually feel a presence and maybe subconsciously look at it, but I've never seen anything before. I've been wanting to get more in tune with everything, but not actually tried very much. The most I have tried was getting in touch with this very kind, protective spirit I have named Elizabeth. This is a very important character. Anyway, I was falling asleep, and suddenly I saw this weird man in my sleep. He was upside down against a red background, had gray skin, and bright white eyes. I obviously got freaked out and sat up quickly and looked at my friend who was concerned. I told her it was probably nothing because it's happened before, but it was super freaky nonetheless. She started to look concerned after I explained what I saw, so we kind of got close together and turned on the TV. I was looking around my room and I realized there was a tall, fuzzy, human-shaped white figure in the corner by my door. I looked at my friend after realizing I might be seeing something and said, I might just be paranoid and crazy, but is there something standing in that corner? She looked at me super freaked and told me yes, and we were able to confirm we were both seeing it. She told me she had seen it for a while, just standing there, and was gonna leave it be, but after I said something, we knew we had to get it away. After coming up with a plan to communicate with it, to figure out what it wanted, I grabbed my Bible, and we started to ask questions to understand what it wanted. It was saying all sorts of stuff about evil, and she shouldn't be here, and things like that. Eventually, Elizabeth started coming through, telling us things like, the man, he's here, corner, get him away. It was truly terrifying. So we started to do the best we knew how, and I read some scriptures while she was making Elizabeth get him away. Eventually, we both got chills, and the room felt lighter, and neither of us could see him anymore. We thanked Elizabeth and put the Bible next to my bed instead of on the bookshelf and fell asleep. We both woke up multiple times that night, but didn't feel or see him again. I'm spooked, even though this is not the first time something like this has happened. It is the first time I've ever seen anything, even if I couldn't see the details like she could. I'm wondering if I'm going to start seeing stuff or if it was just a one-time thing. Either way, I was freaked out and honestly don't know what to do. Okay, so I think this person is a little more medium or clairvoyant or psychic or whatever it would be. I think they're a little bit more than they think they are because it's not really, I don't want to say normal because that just feels, it just kind of puts you into a box, but it's not normal to just feel and see things. I mean, I think it's more common, maybe that's the word I should use, but I think it's more common than maybe not, or maybe it's like half common, half not. I don't know. Point is this person obviously has more abilities than what they were thinking, and clearly their friend has them too, and that's freaking cool. I mean, this person is talking to a spirit that they've named Elizabeth, who, by the way, is clearly kicking ass and helping out to get rid of this like negative spirit. But like, can we just, that's all I want to talk about is the fact that this person can like see things and so can their friend. That is so freaking cool. How often is it that you have a friend that like you two are basically the same? And that aspect is what I mean. But back to the spirit part of this story, fuzzy. It's freaking fuzzy. What does that mean? I swear I just read a story within like, I don't know, the last year or like 6 months or something. I don't know. I swear there was another fuzzy figure of some sort. So if someone can explain to me, and I can just do a quick Google search after this, but what a fuzzy ghost is, fuzzy figure, fuzzy spirit, whatever. What is that? Because I'm thinking right now, but it's just because Easter just passed, but I'm just thinking of a big bunny. And I know that's not what this person means, but like, that's all that comes to my brain. But jumping to another part, their friend just got back from the Crescent Hotel. So I need details. Did they do an investigation at the hotel? Did they tell the spirits they are not allowed to come home with them? That is something big that if you are ever going on an investigation or you're going somewhere haunted, if you believe or don't believe even, just tell the spirits that they are not allowed to come home with you. They have to stay there, but they are not allowed to come home with you. If that doesn't work, then you have a bigger problem. But I've been to the Crescent Hotel a couple times, and I always wonder with like the spirits who attach themselves from the Crescent Hotel, if they are the souls of the people who, were basically tortured. Long story short, the Crescent Hotel at one point was an experimental cancer hospital. And the guy who was claiming to be a licensed physician, was basically taking people's money and experimenting on their children and or loved ones. So I don't know if it's the souls of the experimental patients, if they're obviously probably very upset, or the guy himself. Now I know there are other things that have happened at the Crescent Hotel, but that's the main one. So I don't know if it's something along the lines of that, or maybe this person just has something, that followed him. I don't know. It's the fact that both of these people saw something fuzzy in the corner, and then they called basically upon this Elizabeth spirit who helped get rid of this fuzzy, freaky spirit. It's so weird. It's just I don't know. I feel like I'm all over the place today because it's just, there's a lot to dissect here. There's a lot to dissect. It's really cool that both of these people can see things, feel things. Basically, I could just go on and on because I really like the Crescent Hotel. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that the friend visited and then came over and then basically shit hit the fan. And they were able to get rid of the spirit. So using the help of another spirit. It's a lot to unpack, but it's really cool. I'm going to leave it at that because I'm going to keep talking about it. And if you have any comments or ideas as to what is going on, let me know. And let's go ahead and move on to the next story.
This comes from I Love Feet 48 on Reddit.
So last night at about, I don't even know, 2 a.m., I vividly remember having a dream about me being at school with my friends. I was in a classroom and the teacher, it was this old white guy with a beard, saw me falling asleep. So the teacher went up to me and was trying to wake me up. But as soon as he did, I felt it felt like a magnet. It was touching my shoulder. And I just felt the energy, I guess. But I also got this feeling that something was watching me. So immediately, I woke up. And the second I did, I saw this black figure over me. But as soon as I opened my eyes, it went away. I was clearly freaked out. So I put the blanket over my head. And you know how when you try to fall asleep, you just close your eyes? That's what I was doing. But I was trying not to think about the dream I just had. So I was thinking about pink fluffy unicorns. That's my go-to thought whenever I'm scared at night. But even though I was thinking about that, my brain just kept going back to the school dream. So I thought about it again. When the teacher was trying to wake me up. And I swear I felt the same feeling on my shoulder. I opened my eyes so fast because when I did that, it just stopped. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I was legit freaked out because nothing like this has happened before. It didn't happen for the rest of the night, but I just needed to tell someone. Okay, so this one is wild just because I read a lot of these stories where people have dreams and they wake up and there's something over them or standing next to the bed or what have you. And I feel like majority of the time, those are always ones where they're in a haunted house already or they have always seen things in their life and there's always an explanation to an extent. But this one's unique in the fact that there is no explanation, and they're having this weird dream. They feel something touch them, like the teacher that's in the dream, but they actually feel that in real life, and they wake up and they see something. I feel like whatever they saw was probably a spirit manipulating their dream. Now, that might sound crazy, but that's how I feel, because it's the fact that you're having this like just off dream. You feel something touch you. You see it in your dream as well. And then you wake up and you see something in real life. I just think it's wild and terrifying. Like, it's terrifying, because what does this thing want? And why do spirits do that? If this really is a spirit, for the sake of things, because I'm not sure, I think it's the spirit who is manipulating a dream. Now, if somebody else who has a little more knowledge on this, please let me know. Chime in. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they do it. Now, I can understand from like a haunted house perspective, or someone who has seen spirits their whole life, kind of like the previous story where this person was like seeing weird things in their dream, and then they woke up and they had the weird. Okay, I just realized that I have like similar stories again, and that's weird. But anyhow, yeah, I don't get why spirits do this. But on a lighter note, the pink fluffy unicorns is fantastic. That's freaking great. I mean, typically when I have a bad dream, I get up, I use the restroom, I get myself some water, and then I lay and I scroll my phone for a while until I can fall back asleep. So yeah, I don't know. I'm really going to throw the ball in your guys' court this time, because I just don't understand why spirits do this. So maybe by the next time I record, or sometime after that, I'll have an explanation, as in maybe this person will, and I should have asked, but maybe this person will give me some more details, like maybe they're in a haunted house, or maybe there have been things, like, I don't know, there's so many different things it could be. But if it's just a one-off, that's the part that I don't understand. And I'm curious. I'm just curious. I want to know what you guys think about that. So anyhow, if you have a story like either story today or any paranormal story in general, head on over to my website and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And well, it's an odd world after all. Oddballs, thank you for listening. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to leave 5 stars or thumbs up on whatever podcast platform you listen on. If you have any comments for this episode, comment below, or head over to Instagram and comment on this episode's preview. To submit a story or for more information, go to itsanoddworldafterall.com.